Hello, rating fan. This is Diane Cardano-Casacio with the February Hot Off the Press Market Report. And I'm so excited to talk to you about this month's market report. So let's get to it. Despite last year's gloom and doom predictions about where the economy is headed, economists are now pushing back the recession timeline. Let's look at our first slide. Back in 2018, 67% said recession would occur by the end of 2020. 2 out of 3 economists thought that by the end of this year, we'd have a recession. Going back just a couple of months, October 2019, still more than 1 out of 3 thought that we were going to have a recession at 34.2%. But in January's survey, only 14.3 believed that we were going to have a recession this year. Raving fans, the housing market is so strong, it's actually preventing the recession from taking place. Take a look at this next slide. One of the reasons they're pushing it back is the fact that the housing industry is doing as well as it is. The National Association of Realtors confirmed that buyer activity has increased substantially in every single region. Sales as compared to the same last year are up. In 2 of 3, they're up double digits. In the Midwest and Northeast, almost hitting double-digit increases. In almost every single state across the country, the buyer traffic is so strong. But when we look at the selling traffic, we see that it's dramatically low. So while the amount of people looking to purchase a home is increasing dramatically, the amount of people ready to sell their home isn't reaching the same levels. Take a look at what George Ratu, senior economist at Realtor.com, had to say. Take a look at this next slide. The market is struggling with a large housing undersupply. The number of homes for sale are poised to reach historically low levels. As a matter of fact, that's what he said about 4 weeks ago, and the new numbers are in. If we take a look at the number of homes for sale, it's at a historically low of 1.4 million. That was last seen in 1993. Let's look at this next slide referencing the month's supply of unsold inventory. Here's a graph of inventory. Right after the housing crash, inventory skyrocketed. There were more homes coming on the market, and there were less purchasers ready to purchase them. So back between 2011 and 12, we were almost at a 10-month inventory level. And as you can see, the month's supply of inventory has been going down. Just last month, we were down to 3.7. Now we're down to 3.0 months inventory right now. Remember, a normal market would have a 6-month inventory. Now, there is some good news as well. Builders are starting to build. New construction is the answer to low inventory. There are a lot of first-time home sellers who are not selling their house because they can't find a home to move to. House prices are projected to appreciate. So let's take a look at the next slide. This slide shows how home prices are projected to continue to appreciate. Home Price Expectation Survey, Mortgage Bank Association, Zelman Associates, and Fannie Mae, the National Association of Realtors, and Fannie Mac, each of them projecting the U.S. prices are going to go up each of the next 2 years. And in the case of home price expectation, each of the next 3 years. Again, for what reason? We have a situation where there's not enough inventory to satisfy the buyers. So, if you're planning on buying a house, the home prices may look intimidating. But remember, just because you saw house prices that other people in the nation are buying, that doesn't mean you should look for a house and that's a specific price range. Focus on your own budget. A real estate expert like me can help you find a home you love. That's within your budget. So let's take a look at the next slide. Remember that even though prices are going up, that doesn't mean the cost to you on a monthly basis is going up. Outside of home prices, there are other factors that can change your mortgage payment, such as mortgage insurance requirements. The interest rate is a huge one, and that's going down or staying steady. Down payment size, credit score, and debt-to-income ratio. The big one is interest rate. And if interest rates are going down, even if prices are going up, you're still going to be in a good shape. We can see that we're projecting that interest rates are going to stay under 4% for this year and next year. Freddie Mac says we expect mortgage rates to remain low over the next 2 years, averaging 3.8% in 2020 and 2021. So if you're waiting for the spring buyer's market to sell your home, you're waiting too long. Don't wait for the rest of the competition to come out when the buyers are out right now. And if you're thinking about buying a house, you should definitely jump into. I love this next slide. Check it out. When it comes to home prices for sellers, the main question is, how much money can I make on my house sale? The new numbers just came out. Sellers realize a home price gain of $1,500 on a typical sale. This marks the highest level in the U.S. in over 13 years. The average homeowner will walk away with $65,000. If you know someone who is looking to sell and that's been in their house for a long period of time, make sure they know exactly what the equity situation in their home is right now. They might realize they do have the cash to make the move into the dream house they've always wanted. And next slide is very good as well. It's very good news. Check this out. If you're planning on buying a new home, the interest rates are projected to stay the same. Yahoo! You don't have to worry about that. Just keep looking for your right house. So, I'm very excited about 2020. Please give me a call as soon as possible to get started to beat out your competition. If you're someone who you know is thinking of selling your home in the next 6 months or 5 years, please call me today and learn about my advanced real estate planning. I'm a real estate planner. I have a strategy which includes advice on how to fight the home selling sharks that eat away at your home's equity. So if you want to come to my next home seller seminar, you can do that on April the 4th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Fort Washington at 9:30. You can join me for an 8:30 meet and greet with Dom Giordano. To register, just go to homesharkseminar.com or homesharkseminar.com. You can also call me at 215-576-8666. And you'll get a copy of my free copy of my book. I'll see you next month in the March Hot Off the Press Market Report. Have a good month.